Hey guys, how you doing? This is take two now. So, D-Man wanted to know how to do this wrap. This one is using synthetic nylon, synthetic silk. But for you, D-Man, I have Japanese silk. This is 17 inches, and you're going to need paracord guts. So, what you start off with is set yourself up like this. You can go as long as you want. For 17 inches, you're going to bring it down on this piece a little bit, and you hook it on the piece here. Hook it, what I mean is just kind of wrap it in the middle. You got to give it some little bit of tension. I lost tension there. I'm going to get it back. There we go. So you can wrap it. You have to hold on to this piece here. Put it through. I've got blue tape to protect the my fingers from the knife edge, and then I'm going to catch it over here. And you have to give it some tension so it doesn't come off, that little protrusion, if you will. Alright, so I'm going to give it some tension, and I'm keeping it tight here too. Okay, and then wrap as tightly as you can. It gets a little tricky here. There we go. Making sure everything is neat. Making sure I'm covering up all the steel. I'm still holding on to it over here. Try and make it look as good as possible. Now I let it go. Now I let it go. And then the paracord guts come into play. I think we'll do it here. These are paracord guts. All you need is about 6 inches. This piece is longer than necessary. I just happen to have it on the table. I still have pressure back here. My last wrap. Paracord. I make a little loop. It'll make sense later why I make the loop. Okay. I'm going to wrap over, make it tight, and wrap over that paracord gut. I'm sure you can use any material. Only this is slippery nylon or polyester or whatever. I think it's nylon. You want it slippery. Okay, and then at this point I'm going to go a little loose. And make sure that I'm covering all the steel. Bring it over. So far it looks okay. Oh, a little bit of a gap there. Not good. If I can't fix that, then I gotta do it over. If I can't fix that, I gotta do it over. Come on. Shift over. Tiny bit of a gap. Tiny. It's forgivable. Forgivable. Gotta do it right. Where am I? Okay, there we go. I still have the paracord loop. I thought I lost it. I'm not sure if my wife or son are up, so I'm talking softly. Okay. You don't want it too tight at this point, because the strand is going to slip underneath. I'm sure you know where I'm going with right now. Okay, so that's my last one, I think. I think it's long enough. I hope I made it long enough. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, now it's time to loop this last piece through the loop. Sounds like someone's walking upstairs, so I think they're up. Maybe they heard me talk. Okay. Come on. Cooperate. Okay, what are we at? We're at 4. We're at 5 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to pull You can see that kind of catches. You don't want it here, you want this a little lower. In other words, you want this to come out a little more. Otherwise it just gets caught in there. Okay, so kind of like that. Well, stick this out a little more. Cooperate, please. There we go. Okay, so this part is a little loose. We'll slide it in later. Okay, and now just tuck, and work it in. Tuck, work it in, and work it in. And now, if this was that paracord material, I would make it a little longer, have it come out, or I can heat it up, cinch it, and melt it, and then tuck it underneath. But because this is real silk, it doesn't melt. It burns. It turns to ash. Okay, so all right. So after pulling and working it, and pulling and working it, it's caught up here, which is a good sign. It means it's tight. And because again, this is real silk, if I did not measure this correctly or did not anticipate the amount of the fold or tuck under piece, or whatever it's called, lack of a word or name for it, it may come out all frayed and ugly, and then it'd be difficult to clean up. So I'm going to leave it in there doubled up, and I'm just going to slip this out now. And the easiest way to do that is to cut it. And what better to use than my unclaimed dashi? Ooh, that was easy. Alright, and I'm just going to, there you go. Now it's in there. Okay, now that I found my lighter, there's a little piece frayed up over here. There's a little bit frayed in there. You have to pass it real quick with the lighter. You can't hold it there too long. There you go. Makes it go away. This piece here, I don't know if I can do that one. Okay, there we go. Not the best wrap job, but well, doesn't compare to a samurai sword wrap, but it'll work. Important thing is that it's comfortable. Alright, cool. Alright guys, how you guys doing? This is the part where I'm going to vent a little bit, as well as discuss about silk or polyester wrap. I'm into making katanas and Japanese samurai swords, and I'm looking for some good quality wrap at a reasonable price. So I bought this material from eBay, an eBayer named Lonely Swords, and I'm sure his name will change in 6 months from now, and he'll be someone else selling the same crap. Anyway, this is what I bought, and I hope the camera shows. It's nice, it's shiny, it's got a nice color to it. Maybe I gotta put this down here. There you go, that's much better. Okay, so it's nice, it's burgundy color, it's shiny, it's made out of polyester. It does fray a little bit, but you pass a lighter underneath it and it cleans it up. But I would say overall it gets dirty, and for the price I paid, I'm not complaining. But let's see, let me zoom in, bring it down. So I paid $2 for it, including shipping, for 400 centimeters. It's a pretty good deal. I got a good deal. I thought for $2, what, just to try it out. Usually on eBay you'll find it for maybe up to $5. Anyway, wrote him an email, try to be nice. I bought one, I love it, and I want to know whether it is real silk or polyester. Right? So he writes back that the one that I bought is silk. Silk is better than cotton. Cotton cord gets easier to get fuzzy. Cotton cord is easier to get fuzzy. Okay. So he says this stuff that I bought for $2, not complaining about the price again, okay, is silk. So let's do a little test. And you would think that, let me just pan back. There we go, and turn the light off, maybe? Okay, so you would think that the Chinese would know what silk is and what polyester is, right? This is a strand of real silk. When it burns, it turns to ash. Right, so hopefully it's zoomed. It turns to ash. Hopefully I can catch it on my finger. See? That's ash. That is not melted plastic. Why? Because this is real organic material. And it doesn't form that little melted ball like you'd see in paracord. So that's a strand of real silk that I bought in the US. Here's a piece of paracord. Where's my other piece? There we go. Here's a piece of paracord, 550 paracord, with the 7 strands inside, or 5 strands, whatever it is. And when I burn it, okay, it forms, doesn't make an ash. It's that melted plastic stuff. Okay, there's no ash here. Melted plastic. And I know this is not silk. I know this is either nylon or polyester or whatever it is. Here's a piece of just the outside of the paracord. The white guts were removed. Let's burn this guy up. And he melts back. And again. Okay, that's plastic. That is not ash. Again, I'm not complaining. I know what paracord is. The point I'm trying to make is that he says this is real silk. Well, let's see. This is not real silk. This is polyester or nylon. There is no ash. So you'd think the Chinese would know what silk is. I mean, there's no language barrier, misinterpretation, none of that bullshit. This is not silk. This is not real silk. This is polyester. Okay, so I did find a guy who sells it cheap. Again, I am not associated with this guy. I'm not asking for any deals. Shop around. Let me know if you guys know of a cheaper place to find silk. I found this guy. And he was nice enough to give me a few samples, by the way. I bought some for the wrap in the burgundy color and a green color. These are samples that he provided, different colors. And let's burn it. See what happens. Sure takes a while for it to burn. Nothing. Let's see if it's ash. Yes. Crunch. Crunch. This is ash. Silk burns. Also has a smell like burnt hair. If you compare the two, in actuality, this is nice and shiny and more attractive, if you want the shiny stuff. This has got a little bit of a sheen, not as shiny as the nylon or polyester, whatever it is. Alright guys, thought that was informative. If any of you guys know a good place to get real silk at a good price, let me know. I'd appreciate it, because I will be making katanas, 3V katanas, wakasashis, and tantos, and it's something like a foot per inch that you need to wrap. And I think I paid $7 to $9 a foot. No, $7 to $3 a foot for this stuff. About that, which is not a bad price. Alright guys, tomorrow is Sunday. Hope to see you on Chop It Up Sunday. See you tomorrow. I've got my video ready.